As a fig lover, this one hits it out of the ballpark for under 50 bucks. Hey YouTube fragrance family, welcome to my first impression on Ferrari's Noble Fig, my very first Ferrari fragrance and my whole collection. This Ferrari line, this is a very interesting line. It is a line to watch out for. There is some outstanding juice coming out of Ferrari, which is crazy. Bentley's doing some pretty good juice too. These car companies are doing their thing. And I remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, these car companies, I'm trying to remember like Hummer and stuff like that. Even Ferrari was in that game, and those juices were not very good. I'll be honest, some of them were stinkers. Now, before I get into the first impression, I want to thank my partner, FragranceX.com, for this scent right here. You can purchase Noble Fig on FragranceX.com. You can utilize my beautiful, sexy code, ROBES08, and get 15% off this particular fragrance and anything else that you put in your little bucket. Go haywire if you wish to do so. But yes, Noble Fig is at FragranceX.com, and if I remember correctly, it is around under 50 bucks with the code. So a really good juice for the price. I am very much interested in the rest of the lineup. I'm still looking for that Neroli for a full bottle, but Fig is a good start to my collection. So let's get into it. So I've sprayed Noble Fig. She's right there. She's been there for a few hours. I even sprayed a piece of paper here. Not bad. And now I'm going to do my first initial spray right here. J'ai rien là. Okay, merci beaucoup. So there's one. So let's try her out. Let's let her dry up a little bit on my skin. So let's see what I think about Noble Fig. Now, I've worn it a few times, but you guys don't know what I think. So this was a little surprise. So beautiful, watery green fig. I love fig for summer. It's just a way to fragrances, a lot of them, a lot of citrus-based scents do this. They cool you down a little bit. Fig, as a note, does this quite well, and that and mint. These are two notes that are getting a lot more popular these days, which is good. I'm giving myself kudos. I know it's not me, but I loved mint and fig when I first started my YouTube channel. I've been talking about them quite a bit, and there's getting more and more in the market. So that makes me happy because yeah, I can't really say that they're unique anymore because there's more getting released. But I always feel like saying mint and fig is a unique way of wearing fragrance or cologne in the summer and not wearing a citrus. And that was something that I pride myself into when wearing fragrances in the summer. I want it to be unique. I want something a little daring or different that other people aren't wearing. They smell it and they're like, what is that? You smell great. So Fig does that. So going back to Noble, you know what this reminds me of? And it reminded me like my first wearing, and I gotta tell you right now, bam. There's a lot of money right now on here, and it's not because of this guy. This stuff, yes, it's pricey. Yes, it's very expensive. It's from the House of Armani. Now, if you haven't, because my designer heads in here might not know, but this is the Privé, the high-end Armani line. These things are uber pricey. And when I mean pricey, I mean a couple $100s here. This is called Figuier Eden, if you're ever interested. Figuier Eden, probably the classiest fig I've ever smelled in my life. This is simply outstanding juice. Now, this and this have strong similarities. Now, for me, I'm not a guy to say, well, if you can't afford this, get this. No, they're not alike in that way. I never want to compare and say, if you like this, get this, and it's going to do the same thing. No, it's not even close. But the use of the notes here, and there's two notes in both of these fragrances that really mesh together. First is the fig. Now, they're not on the same aspect, but they're built the same way. And the next note is the iris, which is both in these and not built the same way, but they do the same effect. But there is some downfalls on the cheaper one. But anyway, let's get into Noble Fig. So Yeah, it takes a page out of Armani's Fighi then, and that's a hell of a page to take. That's a good page to take. Now, it's not on the same level, like I said. The Armani's much superior in almost every facet. Now, I'm not really selling this thing, am I? Well, the fig in both are beautiful in the opening. She's figgy, she's green, she's watery. I love it. I really like the fig in this one. However, Armani's is much fuller, lasts much longer on my skin. I get much more fig. Now this one has iris too from, of course, the Armani. The Iris and Noble Fig seems a little screechy. Like if I start getting into the dry down, yeah, there's iris in here. And it's not even on Ziao's, nobody can really go Ziao on iris. They just did it best. But it's screechy, and when I mean screechy, I mean it's not as buttery or as smooth as I would come to expect from an iris note. It really feels like it's unfinished, or there's something that really isn't suiting it well here. In this one, the iris is absolutely beautiful. It's exactly what I'm expecting from an iris-based scent. The dry down on Noble Fig, that was a disappointment. The dry down Noble Fig is lost a lot of steam in my wearings, and even now it smells truly just musky on my skin. It has that earthy green tone that reminded me of almost a vetiver or even a patchouli in the scent. I mean, it really felt more musky. It really lost the fig lost steam quite quickly. And the iris also. So the two main qualities in this fragrance really lost, and it went right down to almost the end of the fragrance really quick. So the only downfall I see on this scent is the fig not lasting as long as I want to. The fig's simply outstanding. I can't deny the quality of the authenticity of the fig in here. It really was well done. But that is not the whole story. And the thing is this thing is, again, I haven't worn it in high humid heat, and I can't wait to do that, but it's spring now, and I'm wearing it in the office and things like that, try to test it out for, of course, the fragrance review of this, but it's not lasting as long as I wanted to. The iris, of course, a little bit of a downfall, but again, for the price, I'm not going to poo-poo it too much. It's not as buttery or imprinted as I wanted it to be. And the scent as a whole, losing quite a bit of steam after a few hours, is a little disappointing. So we will see on the full review. You guys are going to tune in, you know. I don't know when I'm going to review this, perhaps in May or June of this year. So give me some time to wear this beast out. Let's see what it can give me. But for initial impression as a whole, Noble Fig, great fig. Semi-decent iris, really good imprint of stealing a page out of this one, which is a great DNA to steal from. Smells great in the first 10 minutes, up to a few hours, and then it loses steam quite quickly. And that's something that, you know, you got to last at least 4 or 5 hours with that beautiful fig and that iris, and it's not doing it right now. So unfortunately, I still like the scent quite a bit, and I'm going to give it its full just due to see, hopefully in the full fragrance review, if it's going to, that rhymed, if it's going to be great. I really have high hopes for it. I really want it to succeed, but hey, I got to be honest with my use. I can't just say beautiful introduction and I'm going to say 8 to 10 hours and projection beast, everything's check marking. No, it's a good scent, but some check marks are missing here. So that's all I got to say. So thank you for watching. And I really appreciate everybody that does support the channel, pressing that like button. I appreciate that. In the comments, yes, I read the comments below. So please post in the comments below if you loved, hated. You're going to get a bottle of this at Fragrance X. I know the owner watches my reviews on Fragrance X. So let us know in the comments below. I rhymed again. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.